All right, we are back in open session. What I wanted to do was go through the long set of closed minutes with the understanding the public interest is opening minutes rather than closed. So I want to go through them and decide which ones we can open. When we talk about them before we open them, we shouldn't talk about the people because they're not open. So, but we can talk about, so for example, for September the 1st, I just want to go through them. They're not in chronological order, so I'm going through them sequentially as they're in your folder. So September 10th, 2014, what I would propose is redacting the identifiable information on the staff member, but then opening this note. Any objections to that? Or thoughts or comments about that? Identifiable information would be name and role that person had. Anything that's obviously identifiable. So.
I mean, in this situation, I feel like there's a lot of specific details. I would not be comfortable opening this up personally, even if we move the identifiable information. I just think it's very specific to this person, and I would not want it to be out there.
Ever open it up? I mean, it's been 9 years now, so that's, and there's nothing before. When this was done before, those all got opened up. So.
Those all got.
Yeah, I mean, it talks about the library's done it before. So that's my only thought is this is how many years do you, for somebody who's been gone a long time.
But it is.
What's that?
It's a very private personnel issue.
Right, but we spent, the library, none of us were here then, the library spent public monies, and therefore it's all got approved and voted on, and so. So you're saying this will never be opened?
Yeah,
go ahead.
There's really nothing in here that identifies what the illness is, correct?
Correct.
Okay, it's more describing the impact of what was happening at the time, you know, so.
But theoretically, doesn't it say the person's age, right?
Well,
I'm saying, yeah, all identifiable information, their name, their age, their title, how many years they worked, that would be redacted.
And pronoun too, would you change like she to they or something?
I suppose we could do that as well.
I don't know,
yeah.
just throwing that out there.
But the notion that there was an employee under these circumstances where the board voted to do this.
If another suggestion, and just throwing it out there, if you would like, I can take this. If we want to wait until the next time these are reviewed in 6 months, I can prepare with the attorney specific redactions and propose that or bring that to the board. I apologize for not doing that here. I wasn't.
So you want to see a draft of what it would look like?
With that?
I would.
Okay. Because I mean, maybe then the attorney will weigh in on what would actually kind of be acceptable in their eyes.
That's
Okay.
a very good idea.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, if you'll work with an attorney
Yeah.
on how much we can redact.
Susie, can you make a note, please, for me?
Because I say that's the biggest outlier from 2014. And you jumped to 2017. Similarly here, I would propose the same thing. We redact the name of the patron.
We're on
This is
June 14, 2017.
correct?
Yes.
June 14, 2017. If you redact the name of the patron, I can open that up.
And Jean and I have an email,
that's fine.
and I agree with that too.
With
It's
us.
fine with me, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, people are okay with that.
yeah.
All right. I'm not going to take individual, but we'll vote as a group at the end.
Well, Susie's noting.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
yeah.
So then July 12th, it's the same issue, same person. So I would propose the same thing. taking the name out, but it's about the same patron as the other.
In that case, do you even take out the date?
Yeah, we take out
Right, you do, okay. So again, so.
the date of the notice or
Respecting
whatever.
that person's confidentiality.
Yeah.
Identity, okay. All right.
Okay.
I will say it was one of the more challenging meetings the board had. I was around for that.
Yeah.
Reading about it makes me feel
Yes.
tense.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So,
December.
but people are okay with that? We'll move on to the
Yeah.
next one? Any
Yes.
Okay. So December 13th, 2017. Richard, do you want to keep this one closed?
I would prefer to. It's not that long ago.
All right.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right, so
personal issue.
we're going to keep this one closed for now.
Yes.
It's still too recent.
Yeah.
All right, then it gets us up to May 28th of 2020. Everybody's still with me? This is one I feel like we could open up. It's old news, it was acted on. There's no personal information in there.
Let me see.
So all the Ray stuff was voted into,
Yeah.
on the public record after that, so.
Okay.
Any objection to opening this?
Are we comfortable with that last paragraph as well?
I don't have any personal objections. I guess I will say. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Yeah.
Okay. July 21st, 2021.
This is just.
Say if somebody was
selection.
retiring and that we trying to
Not retiring, but leaving. Yeah.
leaving the firm, yes,
Yeah.
leaving the firm. So
Yeah.
that was a fact that happened.
Yeah, and this is also I had mentioned this to Jean, but just to clarify, if the board chooses to open a closed minutes, then it doesn't necessarily mean that the audio recordings are open, if that makes sense. That's a separate matter, so you can keep, and it's actually common for the board to keep audio recordings closed, but open the minutes, so.
Right.
In this case, I would, if that wasn't the case, I would
Right, it would be different,
recommend, yeah, but.
No, we're only talking about the written minutes here.
Right.
The audio stuff
And
is,
this audio recording is actually up for the vote to
Being deleted,
destroy, because it's 18 months now, so. And that's the normal practice of the board.
and again, involve the lawyers we're currently using, so.
Yeah,
It's a known thing.
Fine opening this up.
All right, so people are okay with opening that one up as well. All right, moving right along, September 8th, 2021. Again, I feel like we can open that up. There's no personal information in there.
I'm good with that being.
Okay,
Yeah.
seems like we did a good thing, so. Any objections? No, okay. Then, and this is why this stuff isn't all sequential, it isn't all chronological. So the next one is February 10th, 2021, even though the last one was September. So this is now getting into collective bargaining stuff. Richard, were you okay with opening up?
Is that
So this was
something
the
we
previous
should run by our
attorneys.
counsel?
What's that?
Should we run that by our council?
Want to run
It has
this
to
one
do
by
with
council?
collective
We
bargaining?
can, if you'd like.
If you run that by the lawyer, since it involves other lawyers.
That's fine, I can do it.
All right, so we'll run that one and get
Yep.
back to that in 6 months.
Thank you.
All right, March 10th, 2021. Again, no personal identifiable information. It all got acted on later, so.
I mean, I would have no issue with
Mayor,
this.
attention please, Mayor, attention please. The library will be closing in 15 minutes at 9 p.m. If you have items that you wish to borrow, please check them out at this time. All library materials should be checked out before we close. Thank you.
Michelle?
Only because these were, these were opinions over discussion pieces that I think, I don't know, I feel like.
Too soon,
these
keep
are
it closed
too-
for now.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
They're
keep,
too soon, and I think that these are
all right. We'll leave that closed.
singled out opinions. out
Right,
of
it's different than
context,
some
yeah.
of these other notes, all right.
Also,
Go ahead.
one of our board members isn't here and is mentioned. in
Is
that,
mentioned,
so-
all right, so we'll defer, we'll leave that one closed for now. November 10th, 2021. I feel like this is one we could open, it's just pure process.
But Jane, if I can jump in, it might save us some time, like, basically everything from here until March 15, 2023 that relates to the CBA process is very much the same.
Yeah.
So if you
Just
are
generic
okay
process.
with this, then maybe we can kind of agree that any similar ones are okay as well.
Yes, I agree.
So everybody's okay with the process. All right, Richard, you're saying you're scrolling through, that includes all the next 3, 4, all the January.
Clarify for me, please, which one are you saying is a process one?
All the ones that sound like the one that we just looked at.
Just pick one, give us an example so we know
What was
we're
that first
talking
one,
about.
November?
So the November 10th, 2021. The whole summary is one paragraph, 3 sentences.
I see what you mean by just process.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if you go to the next one, which is December 8th, 2021, it's a summary, it's 3 sentences.
Yeah.
So,
The only one I would point out is slightly different that includes a process update is November 9th, 2022 on page 29.
Say that again, Richard, November 9th?
November 9th, 2022.
so you're gonna have to scroll way down, it's about a dozen past.
Because that one was, there's another comment in there.
Right,
that-
so-
Yeah, that I kind of think that we should leave that closed.
Right, so that gets into another staff member issue, and that's more recent.
Yeah.
So we can leave that one closed.
Mm-hmm.
That would just be my recommendation.
So it's a process summary on collective bargaining, but there was also a staff issue.
There were two open session criteria cited, and
Right.
But everything in between was just these process one paragraph summaries, so we're saying open those.
Right.
All right, so we'll leave November 9th closed. And December 14th. I think that's just process again.
Can we just go in order in which they're laid out?
Sure.
Can we just go in the order in which they're laid out on the document, because going back and forth on this screen is.
Okay, well, what Richard had proposed was everything in between was just, could be open. Do you want to go back through them all?
I don't know where we're at
Okay,
in the document now. So if we can can you just point me to where we're at in the document? Because we're jumping around and I don't know what we're.
Page
saying
30.
open.
Page 30 right now?
I don't have page,
We're not seeing
Yeah.
page numbers, that's the challenge.
there's no page numbers,
Oh.
so just dates.
Not the way it's scrolling.
I guess
I'm on
maybe,
December 14th on page 30.
What year, December 14th?
2022,
So they're on page, what page?
30.
Okay, can
If
we
you
go
look at the
back?
top, yeah.
Yeah, can we go back to the first,
Tell us the date, what date?
I don't know the date, that's why I'm.
the
confused,
first
because
time it
that's
was,
different.
the
The first time it
CBA,
was mentioned for the
Okay.
CBA,
November 10th, 2021
thank you.
is,
Right.
And are you saying that's on page 15?
that's what I have, but I think you might have.
Oh, I see,
It's
it would be
15.
15 if you
Okay.
go into
Oh,
page.
That's even better.
Okay.
All right. It's just
Yeah.
not marked
I
on the
think that
page.
some of these might have like the page number from the actual, like, you know,
So November 20, page 15, November 10, 2021, that's an example of the start of the collective bargaining summaries. We're just a generic process summary, but we can open it because there's nothing personal identifiable.
It's just this bit right here, discuss this. Yes.
That I understand now. My concern is we're jumping back and forth.
Right, well,
throughout the
we'll just go
document.
through them all, but
Thank you. I just want to make sure I'm.
is this one
agreeing to
okay?
the
Are
breadth.
you okay with opening this one?
Yes.
Okay, then let's just go through them all.
Yeah, it might be easier.
December 8th, the next one, same thing, it's a one-paragraph summary of the process, but take a look at it.
Just give us just like a moment. Um,
Everybody okay with opening that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is January 12th, 2022. Again, a one-paragraph, oh no, I'm sorry, you're right, we should look at this. This is the trustees interviewed the 3 finalist candidates. And it
As long as we
names our
redact the
illustrious
names.
member who joined us, but it also named the other 2. Should we redact the other 2 names?
Yes.
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 All right. So for Susie, for January 12th, redact the other 2 names of the people interviewed, but we'll keep our illustrious board member here. Then the next one, also January 12th, 2022, is the one-paragraph summary on the union stuff, so we can open that.
Fine.
February 9th, 2022, just even shorter, 2 sentences,
Okay.
so we can open that.
Yep.
Next one, March 16th, 3 sentences, I think we can open that.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
April 5th, 2022, this is a little longer. But again, there's nothing in there. Richard, I assume you have no objection?
I have no objection.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
April 13th, 2022. Same as the last one. So I think we can open that. May 11th, 2022. It's just,
Here, open.
yeah, open, right.
Keep
June-
June shorter and shorter.
Yeah, June 14th, 2022. Thank you, Susie, for keeping me short.
Susan
June
on the
14th,
ball.
2022, same thing, just open
Yep.
now that all these things have been resolved. June 13th, 2022. Again, open.
Yep.
August 10th, 2022, open.
Open.
October 12th, 2022. I think it's still fine to open.
Yes.
October 20th, 2022. Still okay to open.
Yes,
Yes.
did you want? Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
Thank you for sharing.
All right, November 9th,
Can you just give me
2022.
just a moment? I'm just reading
Sure,
that
go ahead, take your time.
sentence with the attorney's comment. I'm just curious if that sentence with the attorney's comment, if that's sort of going to our approach, our bargaining approach?
Talking about October 20th, 2022?
Yes.
Yes. The third sentence.
Like talking about after economic parameters are set, like how.
Well, we're
it's-
in open session
Open
right now.
session.
Yeah.
So it's just a question to consider. Since you're running things by, I would run that one by, just to
I'm
make sure.
happy to do that.
All right, so check with the lawyer
I agree, Mayor.
on October
Yeah.
20th.
So hold on that, and then also, I would assume November, well, 9th we
The
talked
9th is
about,
the
yeah.
one we had skipped down to. We're going to keep that closed
Okay.
because that involves another staff member.
May I have your attention, please? The library will be closing in 5 minutes at 9 p.m. Please gather your belongings and prepare to exit the building. Thank you.
You want to hold on December 14th as well, because it mentions,
All right, so
just kind of
December,
more strategy.
Yes.
Okay.
yes. We'll hold on December 14th.
So that's on.
That gets up to January 11th. I think that can be open
Yeah, that seems,
and just process.
yeah.
Yes, that one's fine, I think.
February 15th, 2023.
This is a simple update.
Again, yeah, another update, nothing
Okay.
substantive. March 15th, 2023.
Open.
Yeah, we already took action on,
Can I just have a moment on this one? I'm just
Sure.
Wanting to read her something, because I hear again the attorney's name mentioned, just want to see what that says.
for March 15th, 2023, we should correct the spelling of Noreen Winningham's last name.
Okay, so on this one dated March 15th,
Yes,
once again, the third sentence, when it talks about questions, there's a couple of items in there that point to, what negotiating parties thought was maybe most relevant. So as such,
you
I
want
do
to check with
not
the
think that
lawyer
that
again?
I do not think that sentence should not be open because it's going, it's, you understand?
Specific.
It's very specific.
All right, well, let's keep that closed for now then.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, April 12th. This again is interviewing for candidates, so we could keep the current board member, but
Redact the others.
redact the name of the other two.
Okay.
Everybody okay with that? Including our
Yes.
new board member? Okay. All right, that's it.
Susie, can you make sure Noreen's name is spelled correctly on all of these? I think it might be a template thing, Yeah.
Now that's it for the closed minutes.
Jane,
Go
can I
ahead.
go back to one thing?
Sure.
The May 28, 2020,
May
May 28,
All the way
2020,
back.
yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I
Do you know what page?
I have it on page 7.
Okay.
Sorry, one second. I kind of prefer not to explain, but do you mind if we hold off on that one until the next round?
Fine.
I'd like to
That's
talk
fine.
to you about it a little
Alright.
bit, yeah.
All right, so we'll keep
But is there another one that is similar to that? I'm trying to find if there was.
keep that one
There
closed,
was
so
one
May
that we
20.
talked about that had
Yeah,
specific.
March 10th, 2021.
Mm-hmm. That was similar.
This one, Well, yeah, this one we already agreed, you already agreed to hold off on anyway, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that one from,
Okay.
yeah, thank
Which one,
you.
Richard, May 28th?
Yes, in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
May
March 10th of
Yeah.
2021. we're holding off on that one as
I think
well.
it's just more, it's not a major thing, it's just more of a kind of small concern I have.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
if you
just
have a
wanted-
concern, then
yeah,
let's hold.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
thank you.
We're opening a ton, which is good.
Yeah.
If we're in doubt, don't do it. All right, any other questions about those? If not, then if we return to not minutes, but back to the board packets
Yeah, there's,
for
they're all
this
listed
meeting.
here.
Way back to start. So for tonight on the agenda, page 1, we've now gone through all those closed minutes, but we have,
The library is now closed. All library patrons must exit the building at this time. Thank you, good night.
we also have to vote on approving the destruction of audio recordings of closed sessions from July 14th, September of 2021, all those that are listed from July 14th, 2021 through January 12th, 2022. So the time period we're required to keep them has been met, so we can now go ahead and delete them, destroy them, erase them, whatever the term is. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All in
Yes.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Then the audio recordings of open session. Why do we have audio recordings of open session? Is it now because things are being
On Zoom?
Zoom, simul? Is that
That might have been just a
It was because of the
COVID thing,
Yeah,
right?
because of the COVID.
because of COVID? All right. So all those dates from June 9th, 2021 through January 12th, 2022, the time limit is passed that we're required to keep them. All in favor of getting rid of those audio recordings, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then,
Susie, do you need a motion and a second on those, or is that like just more consensus agreement?
More.
It's fine, right? Okay.
but for the closed session minutes that we went through, I have a motion to keep them open, closed as discussed.
With instructions to redact as
Right,
needed. Yeah.
redact, check with the attorney, keep some closed and open some.
So moved.
A little bit of everything.
Yes,
I'll second.
second, all right. All in favor of that, just a voice vote?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, opposed, all right, so those all carried 6-0. And Susie, did you get all the details on the
did.
written ones? Thank you.
Okay, and we'll turn that into more clarification based on what was stated
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, but thank you, I mean, in terms of open meeting stuff,
Yeah.
that
that's great.
opened up
Yeah,
most of the stuff,
thanks.
which we should do. All right, which brings us to end of the agenda. Comments from trustees? Any comments? I know Noreen, in my talking to her this week, I know she had illness, wasn't up for coming tonight, but is interested in a library policy on selling art acquisitions or not, as a policy, general
Yeah,
policy.
we have that covered in our finance policy, actually. Like
Do we?
the, well, any property or of the library is covered in terms of the, in the finance policy at the, kind of towards the end of it. Let me point to it here.
Well, if you could look it up, if we
Yeah,
can talk about
yeah,
that next meeting,
sure,
since she's not
of
here.
course.
Her issue, you're on this committee, right?
Yeah.
And there's a discussion of, there's lots of art that's in storage, and some people are talking about selling it, others want to keep it. And what's our
Yeah, I read the
formal
fin-
policy, as a board policy, what's the?
I was saying, I read the finance policy because we're reviewing the policy that we want to put forth, and it references that a lot of it has to do with the monetary value of the piece and at the discretion of the board and all that. But yeah, I think we want to share that, Richard.
We could, I mean, I think we might be
I think
ready
we might-
to bring the
I know we
art
said
policy.
August, but we might be ready in July.
Yeah,
so-
July's gonna be.
As long as you guys
Movers and shakers.
We're moving. Yeah, I have to review the comments that you sent back on
That's fine,
that.
yeah,
I just-
but July, just a heads up, it might be
A robust
a really
meeting.
packed meeting, so.
As long as you
maybe-
guys are aware of what she's or
Yeah.
concerns were.
But is it okay if we bring this discussion to, in August then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
with
then that could
with the art
impact-
policy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the disposal of our issue,
sense.
okay. Yeah, because July,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll have bids to talk about for the construction.
Well, actually, let me ask, I'm fine with you delaying it till August. I assume you won't sell anything off till then either.
Nope.
Whatever, in terms of take action.
I would not do
Yeah.
that unilaterally anyway,
Yeah.
but.
No, I'm saying
yeah.
if that's the point of the policy is to, some people do, some people don't, if we could see the policy
Oh,
before
of
that
course.
actually gets acted on.
Yeah, well, and I think it's tied to the art policy that we've been working on
Okay.
anyway, in terms of like acquisition, selection. So it's just a part of that.
Yeah, all right. That was I'm passing that comment along
Okay,
from
yeah.
my discussion with her, that concern.
Thank you.
Other questions, comments, anything else? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a happy 4th of July.